back into Holly territory. This is we're talking Power Station, Bang a Gong. This is number 66. This was the if you're a fan of Duran Duran, you were going crazy because they they formed two separate bands, and you were either
you
Team
could get your Duran
Power Station
Duran
or Team Arcadia. Did you? First of all, I'm sure you were a fan of the original. Do you like this? Do you like this Power Station version?
I was a fan of the original, and I, at the time, enjoyed the Power Station version. This is the one out of this list that we play at Classic Hits Vermont, okay. And the fact that it's a cover of a T-Rex classic helps. The production is so 80s. There's about 10 to 12 seconds of synthesized drum noise at the intro of even the single version, and I dispensed with that. I'm sorry. Cut to the chase. But Robert Palmer, I think, is an exciting vocalist. I love the harder edge sounds that the guys from Duran Duran were getting. I love the Chic tie-in. So it was a fun record. Is it the greatest thing ever? No, it's a fun record. I think even Robert Palmer did more substantial work, but it's a fun record.
And it was.
Did I mention it's a fun record?
Yeah.
It was of the times. I mean, it was a mid 80s song version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. It was kind of fun just to because everyone knew the song, but then it was just like this totally 80s version of it. And it is very fun. And they played Live Aid, didn't they? Holly, do you
Power
remember?
Station?
I don't remember.
Really? Okay. I don't know. I'll look it up. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, because Robert Palmer, Tony Thompson of Chic. Of course, you got your John Taylor and Andy Taylor.
Right, from Duran Duran.
Edwards also of Chic. So it was I mean, talk about your
It had everything.
Yes.
Yes, it had everything. It was a great record for its time, not necessarily ground shaking. And so where is it on this list for KRQ? We're about 60 something here.
66, yeah.
Figures that's about right. I'd say for this record.
Places it perfect. Yeah.
Now when I was doing Rock of the 80s in Sacramento, that Duran Duran record with not Girls on Film, I'd already been playing that before, but Hungry Like the Wolf, that was the hot record at the time. And oh my God, the Teenage Girls Calling, it was nonstop. The phones were just on fire for Duran Duran. The only thing I've seen that was that kind of heat was Valley Girl by Moon Unit Zappa.
Oh yeah.
Insane Phones, and then Pearl Jam, Smells Like Teen Spirit. People would call and request it, and I'd say, well, I'm playing it now. And they'd go, oh, well, can you play it again when it's over?
And then you realize how top 40 works. Like, okay, we bang it every 20 minutes.
Well, and that's a good point to make about Rick Carroll's Rock of the 80s format, is that the formatics were top 40 formatics. They weren't long rotations like AOR. He hit those records hard. His consultancy when I was doing it was 2 cantaloupe crates full of records and some mimeographed pie charts.
Perfect.
Yeah. Radio was a little simpler then.
Okay, so you're as you say, Bang a Gong was placed perfectly. Did you ever compile one of these like Firecracker 500 charts or something like this, like year-end charts? What was the secret sauce?
No, not really. What I've done, and I totally ripped this off from another programmer, was let the audience pick their favorite albums and then play tracks from them over a period of a week or so. And this is something you can do with AAA station, because it doesn't matter if you're playing Miles Davis, because you don't have a boundary that would necessarily cut off there. And I think that musically is a lot more interesting than some Memorial Day 500 or year-end countdown. I guess when I was doing Rock of the 80s, we did do a retrospective at the end of 93 going into 94, and I had little blurbs written about the bands, but it was that station was it was in the middle. It was in Roseville, so it was 40 miles outside of Sacramento, down a dirt road with literally a beaver pond behind the station. So the whole thing was sort of all smoke and mirrors.